Look at the Las Vegas Strip, a glowing grid consuming massive amounts of electricity, instantly swallowed up by the vast, unforgiving darkness of the Mojave Desert. This aerial shot reveals the singular reason that civilization can exist in this wasteland: a massive wedge of concrete locked tight inside the Black Canyon. The Hoover Dam pushes out 4 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity every single year. It stands as a seemingly permanent triumph from the Great Depression, but beneath the surface, it holds a bizarre history and is currently losing a quiet, desperate war against nature itself. To understand the physical reality of this structure, consider the volume of material involved. The builders poured enough concrete to pave a standard 2-lane highway stretching from New York to San Francisco. That sheer volume created an immediate chemical crisis. If they had poured the dam in one continuous block, the chemical heat generated by the curing concrete would have taken 125 years to cool, cracking the entire structure apart in the process. This diagram illustrates their radical workaround. Engineers embedded 582 miles of steel pipes directly into the concrete blocks, pumping a constant stream of ice-cold water straight through the core to force the temperature down. By artificially manipulating the laws of thermodynamics, they forced a mountain of liquid rock to stabilize on their schedule, setting a precedent for human ambition overriding natural limits. Look closely at this historical footage. Men suspended on sheer cliff faces with jackhammers endured brutal labor conditions, and 112 workers lost their lives building the facility. But this specific construction photo disproves the famous urban legend that dead workers were left entombed inside the wall. Because they poured the material using these shallow buckets, raising the level only a few inches at a time, accidental entombment was physically impossible. This internal X-ray view shows how the finished structure actually works. Millions of gallons from Lake Mead drop rapidly down massive vertical pipes called penstocks. Following the water to the base of the diagram, you can see how gravity accelerates the flow into extreme pressure, which hits and spins a series of heavy turbine wheels. Inside the powerhouse, this photo shows the immense blue and red generators connected directly to those spinning turbines. As the turbines turn, the generators rotate, creating the electromagnetic fields required to pump power across state lines. The dam operates as a colossal, gravity-powered engine, transforming the kinetic energy of a river into the lifeblood of an entire region. Look at this vintage color photo of early Las Vegas. Thousands of dam workers flooded the area during construction with paychecks in hand, directly creating the demand for the neon-lit casinos we see here. But as World War II approached, having the region's entire energy and water supply reliant on a single, centralized grid suddenly became a major strategic vulnerability. Fearing an aerial attack that could flood the Southwest and cripple wartime factories, the government took extreme measures. They placed armed guards on 24-hour rotation and built secret military pillboxes and fake decoy structures in the surrounding mountains. The survival of the American Southwest depended so heavily on this one machine that it forced the creation of both an entertainment empire and a hidden military fortress. The original engineers built for the deep future, intending for the dam to outlast the civilization that created it. This image reveals a terrazzo floor built into the dam's plaza, featuring a complex astronomical compass and star map. The specific zodiac and star crescents within this design act as an astronomical clock, recording the exact celestial alignment on the day the dam was dedicated. By locking that exact date into stone using celestial mathematics, the builders provided any future civilization the data they need to calculate exactly when this structure was born, even after modern records disappear. Yet that intended permanence is actively colliding with the reality of today's climate crisis. Take a look at these white mineral rings etched into the rock walls of Lake Mead. This striking bathtub ring effect is the highly visible evidence of severe, prolonged drought stripping away the lake's depth. This cross-section highlights a terrifying threshold known as dead pool. If the waterline drops below the intake valves of the penstocks, gravity can no longer pull water into the dam. The moment those intakes run dry, the massive turbines stop spinning, and the 4 billion kilowatt-hour power generation drops to absolute zero. A structure engineered to survive for millennia now faces an immediate shutdown, silenced by the same desert environment it was built to dominate.